Hey everybody, it's Crystal from Virgin Rose Botanica, coming to you from my basement studio. Today I'm going to be making lavender sage calendula soap. My oils and my lye water at about 88 to 90 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and blend that up and we're going to have fun with this, right? Now normally I put whatever clay I'm going to use first, but I'm using a green and a purple color. And that green is not going to do too well with the purple. So we'll see what happens. So I'm going to pour this down the bell. My lye water concentration is at 33%. And then we're going to blend this up just past emulsion and then split it off. And here we go. So we're at just past emulsion. So I'm going to pour off half of this because this half is going to be my beautiful purple color. There we go. So now we're going to go ahead and add in our French green clay, which is here. I'm also going to accentuate it with some watercolor, some greens. I'm not going to do a lot. That should be plenty. It's all at one time. I'm using Snake Island from Micas, which might I add, they have amazing mica colorants. They are responsibly and respectfully sourced, and I love their stuff. Their stuff is amazing. It blends well. It's true color. So I'm using Snake Island and Crazy Eyes, rather. There we go. So I want this to be like a lighter green color, so I want it to be kind of soothing looking, if that makes sense. So on here, let me go ahead and put this Harold's Purple Crayon by Micas. This will be a really cool color, purple. Go. We're going to do this kind of in a one-shot hit. I'm going to do this one first, meaning I'm going to pour the majority of my oils in there, the rest in here. I have no idea how these oils are going to work with what I have going on, these essential oils, because one of them is new. So let's go ahead and blend these up. Have this first layer set up pretty heavy, pretty thick, so that way I can do what I'm going to do with it, which you'll see in a little bit. That's what I'm looking for. Alrighty. Clean this off. So I'm going to go back and use this one for that beautiful purple. So I've only made this once before. This soap will be ready January 1st, 2021. And the reason behind it, to get you clean, absolutely. But also, you know, colors like green and purples are known to be healing. Essential oils and just scents like sage, clary sage, and lavender are known for calming and cleansing. Winkety wink, 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 wink. Alrighty. Let me go ahead and get these in here. Try to fill these up as equal as possible. Oh, this is going to be a beautiful color. I love this. Oh my gosh, I so love this. It's a beautiful color. So I want this to set up a little bit more. So, of course, I'm using like the tiniest spatula that I have because the bigger ones are on the other side of the room, which is really not that far away. I just don't feel like going to getting them because I've already started this one. Although I might have to, I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure my head is in the way, but no worries because you're going to see what I'm going to do next. It's funny because since I've been a soap maker, like actively making soap again, it's been, you know, a couple of decades. However, my sister used to tease me because if I would bake, I would leave so much in the bottom of the bowls or whatever. Like, there's so much more there. You can get the rest of that. I'd be like, blah, blah, blah. But now I'm like, let me get as much of this out as I possibly can. Waste not, want not, right? So here we are. Yes, a bigger spatula would be far more beneficial, but we're here now, and it's gonna be all right. So I hope everyone had an amazing holiday season. I'm actually filming this probably about 6 weeks beforehand, because I want these soaps to sit up for a nice long time, because I know when I've made these before, they have sold like crazy and very, very well, which I'm excited about. I'm not too worried about these being incredibly smooth because I'm going to, here we go. Yeah, because I'm going to do some spooning if I can find my spoon. By golly, that's okay. I'll go ahead and use the spatula because this works too. So what I want to do is kind of make some hills and valleys. I don't know if I can. I don't know if this is set up enough yet. It's not set up enough yet. That's okay. That's all right. So we can come back to that. So I'm going to come over here. And of course, you know, this is probably already set up because it's been sitting. It's good. This is really good. You can always come back to this with my trusty dusty hand whisk thing. You know what I'm talking about. If you don't, you're going to see in just a second. All right, so I'm going to set this aside. We're going to do some valleys with that. And I'm going to have to mix this up. Alrighty, again, before we get into it, there we go. What a nice difference. Not as defined as I would like. Oh, there we go. My technique was a little off. But you know what? It happens. It happens. I hope everyone out there is being safe, as safe as you can be. You know, someone asked me, well, what got you into making soap? So I've used various people's artisan soaps. And they were cool, you know, I enjoyed them, but for me, I needed something a little bit more. Now, I'm not saying that my soaps are better than anybody else's or worse than, I'm just saying they are mine, alrighty? And for me, I wanted my soaps to have a very specific feel to them, a very specific energy to them. So I did my own, and I love them. I love them. I hope you love them too. I hope that's why you're watching this video and partaking. Now, there we go. I think we got some good hills and valleys. So next, I'm going to do a mica line. Then I'm going to work on getting that purple on top. And the reason I'm doing a mica line, using, Golden Buddha by Bad Micas. I'm just going to, so I want to have like a nice defined line. I'd be like, well, why are you using gold? Because of what's going to go on top. You'll see. Luckily, it doesn't take a lot. It's probably going to get a little bit of mic on the sides, but it's okay. I think we're good here. There we go. Cool. Beautiful. Now, time for the fun. Let me do a little mixy mix. This is good and thick. And that's okay too. So if you're finding that your soaps are starting to set up really thick, I don't know if you can really see that color, but it's like a beautiful purple. I don't know if the camera's going to do it any justice. Anyway, if you find that your soap is setting up, just take a little hand whisk and move it around, open it up a little bit. Daggone, I can't get my hand right in here. There we go. Probably because I'm not. There we go. I'm not left-handed. So I'm going to use this to kind of break the fall. I'm going to come over here. I should have plenty to do both sides. I think I'm good. Yep, I'm good. I do tend to be a little messy when I'm doing soaps. And it's not really intentional, but by golly, I just need this stuff to go where I need it to be. It really is just kind of that simple. And trying to get them as even as possible across the two molds. Eventually I'm going to upgrade and just get like the big 5-pound slab mold, which is really what I'd love to have. But you know, everything comes in time. Right, when the time is right, you'll know. When the energy is right, you know. Alrighty. So I'm gonna knock this around a little bit because I have some things to put on top. And I'm also wanting to do a little bit of oh, some of that mica. That's okay. It's all right. It's artisan soap. It's going to have some of its imperfections, right? I think that's the beauty of anything that's art-worthy or artistic, handcrafted. Sometimes you will find that little imperfection, and that's okay. Because humans are not perfect. I know I'm not perfect. But, you know, we try to do the best that we can, what we have to work with. Right? Do you? I know I do. At least I try. Alrighty, so let me wipe these edges a bit, get these started before I put on this next little bit. I really should have like wiped these down first before I put the layer on, but you know, it's still soap. It'll still be all right. Still turn out pretty. So to me, soap is very exciting because even though you might have a plan of what you want it to look like on the inside, you won't really know what it looks like until you cut it. And usually, I know I'm almost 9 times out of 10 pleasantly surprised, if not 10 times out of 10. So I want this to set up a little bit more before I add the calendula flowers on top. Yeah. Is there any soap that you'd like to see? Is there some soap that you've been looking for? Either blends or colors that you just haven't been able to find? You know, go ahead and put it in the, give me a comment, make some comments. Alrighty, now, time to do some fun stuff. So, I want to, don't think I have my fork down here. That's okay. Let me go grab a fork. I'll be right back. So instead of getting a fork, I found this really cool teeny tiny spoon. And I think this is going to make some pretty interesting. Yeah. Let's see here. Just kind of want to make it a little bumpy, a little hilly. Because I want the flowers to have a place to land instead of just being on top. Does that make sense? Well, it does to me. Don't worry, I'm going to wash this. This one. And let's see here. I gotta wash this apron, so this is gonna go into the washer as soon as we're done here. Every time I do 2 different loaves, I always end up with like 2 slightly different designs. But I think that's okay too. I think they're about, there we go. So I did want it to be some hills and peaks, right? Now last time I did this, I put lavender flowers on it, but I think the lavender flowers kind of got lost. So we're not going to do lavender flowers this time. We're going to use some organic dried calendula that I got. And we're just going to sprinkle on top generously. Now the crazy thing about using botanicals is that there are certain botanicals that you can use within the soap that won't turn brown. But pretty much any botanical that you get, because you have to remember, any botanical was once a living thing, and there's still some of that ashe, that energy, that essence, which kind of, I think, in my opinion, keeps that color there. So like, for example, if I had to put calendula in the center of the soap, by the time I cut it, it would have been brown. It would have been really gross, and I don't want that. You know, so I'm putting a lot on here because I know that some's going to fall off when I cut it tomorrow. So this is not so much as a waste thing as it is a, you know, let's make sure it's well covered. And then what I'm going to do now is just kind of go through and just lightly kind of tap it in. Kind of feel like Happy Gilmore, just tap it in. Tap, tap, tappy. Those of you who know me know that I am a ginormous, I am a huge movie head. I love movies. I actually write scripts. None that have been optioned yet, but yet. All right, so here we are. I'm gonna go ahead and spray this down with some 99% isopropyl alcohol, so that way it won't ash. And again, when I talk about ashing is a byproduct of saponification. It is how, as the lye and the water are mixing with the oils and the saponification takes place, this chemical process releases a gas, right? And that gas mixes with the air and causes a light dusting. It is not harmful. It won't hurt you. It's just not the prettiest thing. So try to, so we try to prevent ashing by using isopropyl alcohol. All right, so we're good there. I'm gonna bring you in for a close-up, and then I will be back in about 24 to 36 hours to cut and show you what it looks like. See you in a few. Hey, it's Crystal from Virgin Rose Botanica with the cut from yesterday's soap of lavender, sage, and calendula. As you can see, I did add the lavender buds after I cut because I just needed it. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn on its side so that way when I'm cutting, I don't get any drag marks from the herbs and stuff. And yes, there's gonna be some herbs that fall, which is okay. Like that. Look at that. It's still really soft, so I'm gonna let it sit. Sometimes when I soap at a cooler temperature, it takes longer to, let me flip it the other way. Maybe that'll be a little bit better, I think. Let me turn it this way some. And yeah, it's totally fine for some of the herbs to fall off, which I was kind of expecting. I'm not going to worry about the little bit of mess that I have here because it's going to get all cleaned up pretty good anyway. So, alrighty. I really should have pushed these down more. The calendula, I should have pushed it into the soap a little bit more so some more would have held on. But that's okay. This is the whole part of soap making. I love the mica line. That mica line is so pretty. Got some drag marks, but it's okay because once again, like I said, I'm going to clean these soaps up once they've cured, and I'm gonna have a good old time with it. Again, these soaps will be on my website January 1st, ready for sale. And I also have added soap holders, which are really cool. You can hear the background noise. It's the washer going because my workspace is in the basement of my home, right outside of the laundry room. So I'm really happy with the colors. I love the vibrance of them. Clean some of this out. I got this soap cutter from Bud's Woodshop on Etsy, and it's amazing. It's so, I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Alrighty. So I guess that's it, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like the video, subscribe, share, and I will see you next month with the Artist of the Month. So I'm actually going to be doing African American Artist of the Month for the year of January, for the year of 2021. So nonetheless, you guys have a great one. Stay safe and stay healthy.